Washington. 6 cars, no relation to Steve. 6 cars, 8 laps, first of 2 heat races. And if she was, she probably would tell everybody. Here we go. That didn't work too well at all. Down up there. And he also has a victory at Skagit. His first stop down below that 57 car. He's obviously going to be one of the drivers to keep an eye on. But look at row number 2. That was a fast row with Jared Peterson. He's driving for Doug Roots in both classes tonight.
Oh damn, it damn well just blew up. For J, Allison Journey, that girl can drive.
Michael Hodell on his game tonight in that 25. In this one, just look at row number 2. Reese Getz, Addison Homies, Jamie Barnes winning the way. Drivers have all got championship titles to their name. Faster in hot laps, very fast in qualifying. That's Jared Peterson driving for Doug Roots this weekend. He sits back in row number 3. Heat 2 of 3, also 8-lap affair. 5 cars trying to transfer their way up automatically to the A feature.
Oh, say there, Mr. Colton Heath. We have our eyes on you.
has been very fast. Jared Peterson, of the drivers out there, he's got the most laps on this racetrack in the 8 car, because he also was a regular here at the racetrack. Also did a lot of midget racing here. 25 laps the distance. Bundy will lead him down. Here we go. be hard to catch. He's been super fast since he unloaded off the truck. As the drivers salute and you salute them back here, the Summer Thunder Sprint Car Series Championship is on the line tonight. Let them hear it. Henry Van Dam. But the guy next to him, folks, he's the winningest driver in the Northwest, Roger Crockett. And look at row number 3 is also stout, leading him down. Here we go. Turn 4, the 5 involved Michael Bollinger, one of the cars that looked like Michael Harris might have got a piece of it in the 55. And I'm looking around and I think that might be the number 8, unfortunately. And if it is, that's Jared Peterson.
The car is all broken. The wheels fell off. The wing is busted.
Out of the car, that's a good thing. And he had such a good night going fresh off that win in the Sportsman Sprint, and he had a fast car for this one too. Drew that number 1 starting spot. So he has only been running part-time this year, just a handful of races. He's got some tough company next to him and in row 2 and 3. Thursday night at Skagit Speedway. He's got some tough company in front of him. I believe, the 97R. He smells it, and damn Crockett gets Molson and Jason's home. second spot. Now, no traffic for a while. See how this works. Getz will pull back into that third spot. And all the way up to fourth, Jason Zolwell. 9 to go.
Great race, Colton. Your fans are the best.
All right, race fans and Pacific Northwest race fans. My favorite expression, no introduction needed, Colton He. Colton, that was one heck of a race. The first half of the race, it was a Donnybrook between yourself and Van Dam, and Crockett seemed to just kind of be settled into third, but a distant third. How would you feel about the first half of your race?
Well, the first half went great. We would have been probably all right. Just that last caution didn't help me. I got a hole in the tire. Kind of used up my equipment way too early, and just was a little too good early. Just needed to be a little better towards the end. But all in all, it was good. Good run. Okay, now in the second half, after on that restart, did you? Well, there was 9 laps left to go. Did you have a sense that Crockett was going to get you, or did you think that you might hold him back? I thought we were doing all right. We definitely were freeing up as the night, as the race went on. So if I knew somebody was going to get me, I knew it would be Crockett, because he's really good here, and just wish I would have sealed the deal on that one, not let him by. All right. So overall, how's your feelings for this season? So far, it's been a great season. We have really no DNFs and stuff like that. And motors ran great, and everything's ran good, and equipment's gone good. And just tired of running second. I need to win one of these. Okay. So there is a bit of frustration then? A little bit. A little bit. Well, Colton, you're always great to watch run. And thanks for the interview, and we'll talk to you again. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, race fans, we're here with Roger Crockett, who needs no introduction, especially the fans in the Pacific Northwest. Roger, just again, a tremendously executed professional run race. My first question to you is, in that first half of the race, when you were running third,
what was your feelings about catching Heath and Van Dam?
You know, at that point, you're kind of waiting for traffic. We actually got into second there and went a few laps, and apparently the way the caution went, it put us back to third. And so you just really wait for traffic at that point in the race. My car's a little bit tight, and then, you know, I looked up on the board there when, you know, we're pushing 20 laps now. It's time to really get going, and I got our air pressures up, and just the car came in at the end of the race, and you know, restart, we had, I think, 9 laps to go, and I didn't know if we'd get back to traffic or not, so it's time to get as aggressive as I could and pass him out in the open before, you know, he may not have a chance. So that's the way it goes, why it's 30 laps. Fortunately, we were really, really good at the end of the race.
Yeah, well, and definitely you were. Now, the pass on Colton was I don't want to say that was easy, but you made it look easy. What was it like for you?
You know, it's one of those things where when you find where you're better than somebody on the track, you're beating them off of a certain corner, in this case off of turn 2. You don't want to show your nose and then they move down. So you wait till you have a good enough run to get all the way next to him, and you know you can make the pass. So that's just experience, you know. He did a really good job. He was fast. He was getting through traffic pretty decent. It'd have been nice to stay green the whole race and see what happened, but you know, we made it happen how we needed to make it happen.
All right, Roger. Well, congratulations on your World of Outlaw win. That was awesome, pulling that off this year. Congratulations on that. And plans for next season?
We don't have any plans right now. We're really trying to work on getting some funding to try and travel more and race more. You know, last year we ran 64 races. This year, this is the 13th race in this car. It's, you know, not very many at all, but I think we've won 5 of them now. We've been running really, really good the races we do run, so that's what counts. And hopefully it'll bring some other help and partners our way. If not, we'll just keep plugging away the best we can.
All right. And Roger, when I was coming over here, one of the things I was thinking about, because they call you Mr. Smooth, and there's, in my mind, there's 3 drivers out there that just drive with precision. One is St. Stewart, the other, of course, is Donnie Schatz, and the other one's yourself.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, you know, a lot of people get tired of Donnie winning. I love seeing somebody dominate the level that they're doing it at, because it is so hard to do. People need to really respect what he's doing, because it's not something you see all the time. And I've been blessed with some, you know, dominating seasons here and there as well in the Northwest. So I know what it takes, and man, my hat's off to that team and Donnie. Donnie's just amazing. He's the cleanest driver out there. He don't rough people up. He just gets it done, and he runs the whole race kind of like we do. We're there at the end of the race. You know, he'll lose a few spots early, and he doesn't get flustered.
All right, Roger. Well, thank you for talking with us, and we'll see you next season.
Thank you.
You bet. All right, race fans, we're here with Allison Journey. Allison, before I talk about that duel you had with Bundy in the Sportsman division, let's talk about running both the Sportsman and the 360 this evening. How did you fare mentally and physically doing back-to-back different cars?
It actually was a lot of fun. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it really was, but by running both cars, it set me up for the other car really well. So we got a better look at the track and to see what to do with the setup. So we actually were on with our setup a lot more tonight than we would have been if we only ran one car.
All right, so now let's talk about that Sportsman race. And I believe you started on the pole, didn't you?
No, I started second.
Okay, you started second, and you dropped back. You were holding on to third, but there was a pretty good distance between the leader and the second place car. And then a caution came out, and you put on a couple of laps with Bundy that was just a great race. What'd that feel like for you?
Oh my God, it was a blast. Like, I knew that I wanted it really bad. Like, I wanted that second place, and I had an option to get it after that yellow came out, and I wasn't going to let him have it. And so I put my nose in there, and we both raced really clean, which was really nice, and I took it, and I was ecstatic.
So it was an excellent run, and it was clear that you were determined that you were going to do everything you can to get that second spot. Now, at times, how close were you and Bundy running to each other?
Oh, we were wheel to wheel, absolutely, for like 2 laps. I mean, we were both right there. If anybody, one of us, like, would have messed up, then the other one would have had it. So it was fun.
Well, it was a great run, and I know the fans really appreciated it on that one. Now, your 360 event, I think I overheard you say you started 20th and finished 12th.
Yeah.
So you're pretty happy with that?
I'm ecstatic. I mean, I have the least experience out of everybody here, and so just to be able to start the A main and move up from where I started, I'm totally happy with.
All right, so plans for next season?
I don't know. I could be off to grad school, actually. So this could be my last year, but if I'm not off to grad school, then I will be running the 360 hopefully the majority of the time.
Okay, well, if you go to grad school, what are you studying?
I'm studying physician assistant.
All right, well, after you get that done, you can come back and race again.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, race fans, we're here with Michael Harris. Michael, it's actually been about 2 years since we really sat down and chatted, and in those 2 years you stepped out of the car and you transitioned into being an owner. How's that been for you?
So far this year, I'd have to say as an overall, it's been pretty expensive. We've been tied up in a lot of wrecks that were not our doing. Tonight was no different. We've been really fast at times. Fisher's a great driver, keeps the car under him really well. We struggled for a little bit with setup, trying to come with a good setup, and kind of threw the kitchen sink at it the last couple weeks, and it's a whole lot better. And it was really fast tonight. He'd already went by 4 or 5 cars on the first lap or two, and guys can't keep the car underneath them, spin out. Same guy got us Thursday night, got us again tonight, so it's one of those deals, you know, you just keep putting her back together and keep showing up. Not much else you can do.
All right, Michael. Now, are you planning on doing this again for the next season?
I mean, everything's in a wait and see, but everything points that direction right now. Gonna try to upgrade a few things over the winter, have some people helping us out, and go from there. See where it ends up.
Okay. Now, Michael, I've always appreciated your opinion because you speak your mind and you speak your heart. And so my question to you is, what do you think about the health of sprint car racing in the Pacific Northwest and overall at the moment?
You know, kind of put me on the spot a little bit. You know, we enjoy coming down here and running. This place is, this track at Elma lends itself better to the racing. It's usually always 2 grooves, or at least has the availability of 2 grooves to race. And generally speaking, you don't tear up too much stuff down here. Skagit, on the other hand, it's been good, it's been bad, it's been really good, it's been really bad, and it's not really consistent. Here is usually pretty consistent. Slim's got a great handle on what he does here. They had a bunch of rain yesterday, and he was still able to bring it around and have a really good racy track. Right now, you know, I enjoy coming down. The drive home is always kind of lame, but it is what it is. Everybody else has to do it as well. It's one of those deals. A little ornery tonight after getting tore up again 2 nights in a row, so apologize for that. But
that's all right. So overall, do you think sprint car racing is going to rebound if the economy kicks back?
You know, right now, I would have to say that there is plenty of cars available. There's little things that are keeping certain guys away from certain areas and certain places, and I think that as a whole, there's plenty of cars in the Northwest to race. I think there's just a few little tweaks that need to be made here and there, and I think it could be really good. 360s, I'm speaking. Sure. 410s, it's really tough. You know, they're just so expensive and they're volatile and they're very short lifespan. I don't see how you can sustain 410s around here for a long period of time. You know, the guys that can afford them are dwindling, and the guys that could afford them have pulled out. There's still a few guys around, but I think right now it's right to have 35 car fields and 360s every week. There just needs to be a few small changes and tweaks, and I mean, like next year, I plan on, you know, coming down here quite a few more times. And, the people down here are great. The fans are great. Even when you get tore up, you know, everybody's still happy to see you and come down and hang out and everything else. So, Elma's always a good time. But I think overall it's going to be fine. There's a lot of stories, a lot of 360s. I think overall it's all good. It's all good.
So I got one final question for you, Michael, and that is, do you think you'll get back in the car at all?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I was just threatening to put it in next week for hot laps, but you know, right now I kind of go in about 10-year spurts. I did motocross for about 13 years and at a high level, and then I did micro sprints for, you know, about 8-10 years, and I got in the car and raced for about 10, right at 10 years basically. And I'm a very strong believer that when you climb in that car, you've got to have the killer instinct in your eyes and in your heart. And if you are not truly 100%, in tune with your equipment, in tune with your mind, and in tune with your setups and everything, then you shouldn't be in a race car. And I ran the first night, and work is kind of overloaded and everything else, and I just didn't have that killer instinct about me. And I'm gonna follow what I preach, and that is, if you're not truly 101%, you shouldn't be in the car. So I stepped out, and I'm not too big a man to admit it, you know. And qualifying is so important, especially at Skagit. If you're not in the front 2 or 3 rows, the dirty air and the high speeds and everything up there, you're destined to be a mid-packer every week. And with my size and weight and everything, qualifying was next to impossible, even with, you know, a really good bullet, which I've got a really good bullet now. So put Fisher in the car, and his deal with the 410 went sideways, and it was literally the same day, next day, after he put his other seat in my car. And so it's like I say, it's been a rough year. Not every year is going to be this rough. I know that. I've been around long enough. So right now, no, I'm not climbing back in the car for the long answer.
All right, Michael. Well, it's always great talking to you. We'll see you next year. And, you know, I think that the combination, yourself as an owner and Eric in the car, that's going to produce some nice wins coming down the road.
I truly believe, you know, we're good on a setup. We hit on a pretty good setup that's actually, as funny as it sounds, it's actually my setup. And the car's been so much more stable and a whole lot more predictable. And I truly believe, you know, I don't know how far forward we'd have got tonight, but I can guarantee you we'd have gone a long way. But, you know, that's racing. You tear stuff up, you put it back together, you keep going. So I think, you know, you get past the hump of tearing stuff up, it'll always get better. It'll get better. It may get worse, but it'll eventually get better. You just got to stay at it. You can't let it beat you.
All right, Michael. I've always enjoyed your perspective, and it's just been great knowing you over the years.
Yeah. I shoot from the hip, man.
Okay. Well, if I don't see you, you know, in the next couple of days or whatever, we'll see you next season.
Right on, Lauren.
All right. Thank you, Michael.